Kitty man, I had a flow. Drip that's water, call that boss. You check my squad and it gon' be a cost. You better be prepared to take a loss. I left my enemies dripping, but it ain't sauce. It ain't sauce, no it ain't sauce. Yeah, enemies dripping, but it ain't sauce. No it ain't sauce, no it ain't sauce. Yeah, enemies dripping, but it ain't sauce. It ain't sauce, it ain't sauce.
Hello people, it's your boy Arthur Smith and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I will be reviewing Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Percy Jackson and the Olympians, you know what it is. The series. Yeah, not the movie. I actually have I have a lot to say, but it's going to be quick. This is going to really be like a little quickie. Cuz it's a lot. It's not really nothing to spoil, and it's not really that much to really dive into, especially if you read the books and if you saw the movies, at least the first one. But to give a brief synopsis, Percy Jackson and his friends, the Olympians, Grover, and they go on the quest. I forgot the girl's name. I'm so sorry. They go on the quest. Hold on. Annabeth. They go on a quest to return the lightning bolt back to Zeus. That's basically what the first book is about, and that's basically what the first movie is about, and what this first season is about. Right off the bat, I'm just getting into it. Is the show good? Is the show good? Or is the show better than the movie? Off the bat, I will say the show is good. The show is good. It is really good. I will say it is better than the movie. But there is a little something I have to get off my chest. That I don't know if this is nostalgia speaking, but when it comes to the show, I feel like, because the show is good, don't get me wrong, and I do feel like for like some of us, maybe not for kids, they might not notice, but I feel like the show at times takes itself way too serious. Like way too serious. Like the movie is like, and I actually heard someone on TikTok say this, like the movie had a sauce to it. It had like, I can't explain it. It had like a sauce to it. The movie wasn't good, but it still had fun with itself. Especially, at least the first one did. The second one, I don't know what the hell they did. But the first one with Logan, it had fun with it. It had some sauce to it. Like Grover was fun, had some funny moments. Logan as Percy, he could say his lines a little better, but he had some good moments. I thought the final battle was cool in the original. It's a couple of things that I liked a little bit more in the original, but then you gotta like, when you realize that like in the movies they were already like 17, 18. They was already basically like teenagers, like almost adults. So you could do this stuff with Las Vegas and the Lotus stuff because it would make sense there. With this, really the only person that gets affected by the Lotus is Grover. Like Grover's the only one that gets affected. The rest of them, they don't really get affected, but they kind of get like a little off track just for a second, and then they get back on track real quick. But the show is just missing its sauce. Like it doesn't have fun with itself. It doesn't have any real goofy movies. The show is pretty much serious throughout the entire thing. It's like a little bit of moments where it's like a little goofiness and little heart moments, but it's like very minimal. It's just really missing that sauce. Like it's not, There is one really thing I did like. There is one thing I really did like, and that was how they did the whole lightning thief thing. Because at first you think that, because they kind of trick you. Like, we think Luke didn't take the lightning bolt by the end, but then with the whole stuff with Kronos and Hades. Wait. Let me backtrack real quick. Yeah, Kronos. You thought that it was just Kronos and Ares. You thought he was the one. They just stole the ball, but then you realize Luke is the one that was put Kronos. That Kronos is the one that put Luke on that path, and Ares is the one that did all the actual work. And so they kind of trick you into thinking Luke didn't do it. And he's actually going to be a good guy, but then he ends up being the bad guy, which I figured. But I kind of like how they kind of trick you into thinking that he wasn't. I also like that. I also really like that. We don't see his father until the end. Like I like that we don't see his father like later till like later. I think we don't see his father till like the 7th episode. Like we don't see it till like basically the end. And it's like the end of the episode basically. Yeah, I like that because in the movie that was one of my problems. I didn't like that his father always was talking to him and helping him throughout the way. And Percy didn't really like learn anything on his own or like learn his own morals and his own he couldn't accomplish anything on his own without his father in his ear in the first movie. And I like that here his father doesn't talk to him or do anything. Like he doesn't say anything. He doesn't show up until the very end. Even when we get to the last episode and we see them actually meet, they don't really talk about they don't really say they miss each other. They don't really have any like major like heart-to-heart conversation. It's really just all business. And I was kind of wishing they had a little heart-to-heart moment, but I guess it was no time for that and they had other stuff to do. And I also got to say, like, when it comes to this series, when we do these series, I'm starting to think we need to, if we're going to do 6 to 8 episodes, I think each episode needs to at least be an hour. At least like 55 minutes to an hour. Because I'm starting to notice that we'll get like in the first maybe 2 or 3 episodes, the pacing will be good. The story will be good. The build-ups will be good. And then like by the time, if it's like 8 episodes, by the time we start getting to that, maybe that fourth or fifth episode, or maybe if it's 8 episodes like this, that 5th episode, it starts like speeding up and they start just skipping over stuff and just moving past stuff. Like they don't hone in on a lot of stuff. Like the stuff with Hades is just like overlooked. Like nothing about what happened with Hades really matters. Like Hades doesn't even want the lightning bolt in this version. He just moves on. I forgot exactly if that was how it was in the book, but yeah, he just moves on. He doesn't even want the lightning bolt. He just wanted his helm. And I just really mostly felt like this show takes itself way too seriously, especially like with Percy. And I think everyone acted the part. I don't think there's no bad casting. Everyone pretty much acted the part. But I just think that with like Percy, especially when he finds out he's a demigod, he doesn't really react to anything. Like everything is kind of just like, especially like even with Grover and Annabeth as well, they kind of just whatever. Percy kind of just shakes it off. Like, oh, I'm a demigod. And then he just kills the Minotaur and that's it. I mean, he was responsive, like when he saw that Grover has the goat legs, but like after that, he kind of just doesn't really react to anything. He kind of almost does what Logan does a little bit. They don't really have any reactions to the fact that they're demigods and they're the son of a possible great god. Like they just kind of like, okay, whatever. I just wish they had more reaction to like certain moments in the story. And they should have added some more jokes, like a little bit more. Make it a little funny. Like Grover doesn't really do any like cool one. It's like they're all business. Like there's no the movie. Like I said, the movie wasn't good, but it still had fun with itself. It didn't take every single moment seriously. Like this show just said, "This is the better version. We're going to stay serious," and it is the better version, but it's just got too serious. I hope in the second season we get a little more fun moments, a little more goofy moments. I'm not going to talk too much about like the action or like the effects especially in comparison to the movie, because always, of course, a movie is going to have more of a budget. It's going to be able to do more things. Of course, like, the ending fight wasn't great. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. And it was kind of short. Percy fights Ares for like a couple of seconds, and then he doesn't do his final fight isn't as cool as what he does with Luke in the movie, but he does use his water powers and takes him out. Well, actually, he doesn't take him out. Ares just kind of quits, and then Ares just kind of quits, and then that's it. Like, he doesn't even really like beat him. He just quits, and then he fights Luke for a little bit, and then once we find out that Luke actually did take the bolt, we fight Luke for a little bit, and then Luke kind of escapes, which actually makes more sense than him just vanishing like he did in the first movie. But, yeah, he kind of just goes off, and I guess that's leading into Sea of Monsters. But yeah, I the series is good. I do recommend it. I do think this is a really good kid show. Yeah, a good kids show, and I do think it's a good kids and adult show. Like, I would recommend this to adults and kids. I do think it's better than the original, but I will say I think the original has more fun moments and more of the sauce. And the second season adds some flavor to it, add some more seasoning. Like, you need some more. It's not. We don't need to be too serious all the time. We could be a little happy, and make Grover say some jokes, man. I kind of missed that. Grover I know it was a little cliche in the original movie, but have him say some jokes, man. He's just a little too serious. He's a little too serious at times. But that's my little quickie for Percy Jackson. If I was to rate it, I gave the movie like a 5. I would give it like a 5 now. Back then, I probably would have given it like a 10 out of 10 because I would watch that movie religiously, but I would give the movie a 5. For the show, I would definitely give this show, well, at least season 1, I would give it like an 8 out of 10. I would give it an 8 out of 10. Get an 8 out of 10. It's good. It's really good. It's better than the movie, and there's room for improvement, and add some jokes, man. Make it a little bit more upbeat. Make it a little upbeat. We don't need to be all serious all the time. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.